Welcome back to part 2 of the Custom Documents module video series. In this part of the series, we will be covering the user interface for the Custom Documents module and its buttons and what they do. So if you are in the Bright interface and you're located in the dashboard, you want to search for the Admin tab. Then in the left-hand list, you're going to look for Document Templates. Once there, you should see no templates, unless you've tested some things. But I've uploaded 2 templates previously, and for the purposes of showcasing the buttons, in the previous video I showed the one-stop custom documents module. So if we visit that article, you'll see this link here that says downloadable starter document templates, just so that we have something to work with while we're going through the buttons. So if you hover over the welcome letter and you click on it, it'll actually download a Word document to your computer locally. And if you click on that and you open it, it'll pretty much show you what that document has. There's a legal disclaimer and just kind of making sure that you're double checking the data that's being prompted. I will pull this back up in a little bit just to compare what that data is going to show. So let's just minimize that for now and go back to the Admin tab for custom documents. So now that we have that file downloaded locally, we're going to click on Add Template, click on Select Files, then find that document, and then you can either double click it here or you can just open it. Windows will be a little bit different, but basically just selecting that file that we just downloaded. Once you select it, it'll be uploaded. It says done. It was uploaded successfully. So we'll just click done. From here, you might be wondering why the delete button is available for this one that we just uploaded, but not for the others. This is a dependency restriction, just basically noting that these templates have been used on existing loans and are being stored in those loans. So that's why it's unavailable. But it is for this one. If you wanted to delete those for whatever reason, then you would have to go back into each individual loan and basically delete the generated documents, and then the delete button will reappear. And there's another option of overriding this, basically just using the update button to use a different document template, and then you can reword it, but that's just in case you were curious about what your options are there. So now that we have that welcome letter from the downloadable starter templates, we're going to click on the test button. In this test button, you'll see that today's data is actually 6/21/2023. This is important because let's say there's a merge field variable that has interest per diems, then it'll reflect that as of the date that's selected. If you are using a merge field variable that showcases a date, then it'll use the date that's entered here. So let's just use 23 for the purposes of this example. And then for this test loan, I don't have too many, so let's just go with this first one. And click on Generate Test. It'll download a Word document to your computer locally, which you can just open. And here we'll see that that document date that we entered was used. And this is the borrower's first, middle, and last name that it found. But let me pull up the starter download template with the merge field variables. So here, if we compare both documents, we'll see that there is this merge field variable, which is denoted by its carets on each side. Once it was tested and generated, that was filled using the document that we entered manually. But if it's set to automate, it'll reflect based off of what the system trigger event was, and so that's it's pretty complicated to explain right now, but it's just based on the scenario, it'll show different data. So here we see borrow first, middle, last, and it found what it could find, which is why if you see here street 1, I don't have any entered for this contact. If I did want to reflect that, then I would need to go back into the contact and edit that information to supply that data, and so on and so forth. You'll see here borrow first, and it found that borrow first name. So for now, I will just close this, and that's pretty much that for the test button. We're going to go on to, here we'll just click done, and then we'll go on to the update button. So using the update button with the custom document template that I just showed, let's say, this is already uploaded, but you have this file locally, or yeah, let's just go with this scenario. So let's say you just want to delete this, or maybe unhighlight certain variables. For now, we'll just go with the deletion. We'll save this as of now to reflect that the disclaimer was deleted. I've saved it. I'll minimize it. If we click on the update button, we'll go back to select files, and then we'll see here that the one in parentheses one, that's the document that we tested, but the one that we just edited was the original download. And we'll just click open on the one that we edited. Click on done. If we go back to test, on the same loan, date doesn't really matter, just click generate test. We'll see that that disclaimer text is no longer there. But if I open the one with the first test, the disclaimer text was there. So it's just to show that the update button can be used to update the document template that's used. So if you want to make edits to it, like I mentioned, unhighlight things, or let's say add merge field variables or remove certain things, just any sort of modifications, then you would be using the update button. The automate button is, it's kind of suggested in its name. It's a way to use system triggers to automate generation of document templates. They work very similar to notices, or basically just like notices if you're familiar with notices in the system. And this will be covered in detail in a further video, so we'll just leave that as is for now. And the download button, in a way, let's say you no longer have this file that you've uploaded locally, the one that you've been making edits to. Let's say you no longer have it. The download button is basically just that. This is available and stored in the cloud. So once you click download, you're going to download the most recent edited or the latest uploaded document template available. So once we click download, we'll see that this is going to have the version that we deleted the disclaimer text for. So let's open that, and here we'll see no disclaimer text. So this is the latest version that was uploaded, just in case you happen to misplace it or accidentally delete it on your computer locally. So we'll just close this out, and then finally the last button is the edit button. Click on that, and we'll see here, I'm just going to click cancel real quick. It's basically going to be editing the document template name, and you can add a description as well. So if I go back to click edit, we'll see here that we can change the template name. Let's just add test underscore to that welcome letter template, add a description, video testing, just something to supply there for the purposes of showcasing that. Let's just click save changes, and here we'll see that video, or that description for that template that we edited, says video testing, and then that test underscore was added to the start of that document template name. So that pretty much covers what the buttons provide. In the next video, we'll be showcasing how to use or how to work with merge field variables from scratch. So we'll be starting with a blank Word document, and we'll show you how to manipulate merge field variables, edit them, update them, and just get you familiar with inserting merge field variables.